How do you start these? Oh. Is it done? Right. Hiya. So how the hell do you start this? Right, so I'm just gonna introduce myself because I've tried to film this intro bit for like 10 minutes now. So I'm Nicole. My YouTube name is Nicole as a Leo. My real name, obviously, if you know me, is Nicole Brown. But if you type in Nicole Brown onto YouTube, Google, the lot, everything that comes up is the O.J. Simpson and Nicole Brown Simpson case.
That's a bit messy, so try to steer clear of that.
Disclaimer, my hair's a mess. I'm not straightening or curling my hair, then I'm trying to avoid heat, so ignore it. So I started a YouTube channel. I've wanted to do this since I was about 14 and now that I'm doing it, well, you can see I'm pure jittery. I'm very nervous, but everyone's been so nice. Like, I can't believe how many messages I've had. Everyone's pure responding to my stories and stuff, and I love it. Like, it's so nice, so thank you so much if you are one of those people. Yeah, so welcome to this channel, I suppose. I put on my Instagram a question box for my first video just to see what people would want to know and all things like that, so I'll just do like a rough intro and then I'll get into the questions because I got so many and I've just like wrote them all down into like categories and stuff to make it a bit easier. Also, not my phone, I'm filming on my phone, so I've had to steal my boyfriend's phone so that I can read out the questions. But I narrowed the questions down, but there was so many good ones. There was also loads about my career and like what I do and stuff, but I want to save that for like another video because like that's a whole other topic. But obviously I'll tell you what I do. So I'm Nicole, as I've said, I'm now repeating myself, but yeah, Nicole Brown. I'm 21 years old. I turned 21 in July, so kind of in the lockdown pandemic thing, but not like it was really eased, so I still got to like celebrate, see my friends, do all that, so I'll insert some pictures. I had the best 21st, so much fun. So yeah, I'm just gonna get into the questions. So the first one is, where are you from? So where I'm from, Falkirk in Scotland, Larbert, Stenhousemuir, Falkirk area. Yeah, that's where I'm from, in Scotland. Did I say that? Where have I lived? So I've lived in Falkirk, obviously around that area, a few different houses and stuff, and I've lived in London, 2 different locations. So I lived, for my first 2 years I lived in Crouch End, and for my last year I lived in Norwood Junction, and I will live in Essex in kind of like Stanford-le Hope area. Why did you move to London? I moved to London because I study performing arts, musical theatre, and I got into my dream school, so I had to move to London to attend that school. Scotland or London? Oh, this could cause. They're so different, I just couldn't. Scotland's home, but London has so many opportunities for me that I've always wanted, that obviously Scotland just didn't, but obviously Scotland is my home, and I do think once you leave, have a real appreciation for where you're from, because I know every time I go home everyone's like, I want to get out of here, or like, obviously I still follow like loads of people on Twitter from home, and constantly I'm seeing like, I need out of Falkirk, like all of this, but you appreciate it more once you're not there, I promise you. First childhood memory? Oh, that's such a nice one. I'm saying that as if I hadn't seen it, but I've kind of forgotten because like I was writing them as they were coming through and just like picking ones out. I remember all my Christmases from when I was like really young, and I'm such, well, it's probably why I'm such like a Christmas freak now, but yeah, so I remember all my Christmases and they were always like, I hate the term, but my brother and I were so spoiled when we were younger. It was literally Santa's grotto in every way. The decorations, the tree. Also, I'm going to do a like count because I say it way too much and my family take the mickey out of me for it, and I know that I'm not going to be able to stop saying it, so I may as well get some content from it, so I'm going to put one up here. But yeah, so I was about to say it. Starting now, I'm going to try and avoid it. So yeah, so Christmases as a child like are just like my favourite memories. Family life, tell us about your family. So basically my like immediate family, well obviously like my mum, dad, my brother, my absolute world. I don't think one human being could love 3 other human beings more in their full life. I would argue to death that I am the luckiest girl in terms of who my family are. Like, I get emotional talking about them because obviously I don't live with them anymore and they are far away. But I'm seeing them next week, so it's fine. I'm going home next week. But yeah, like my mum, everyone knows, is my absolute best friend in the whole world. Like, nobody comes close to being as close to like me and my mum as we are. Did that make sense? Because I don't think it did, but we'll move on. My dad, I am my dad. Like, now that I've said it, I'm noticing it every time I say it, but we're gonna try and ignore it. I am my dad. Me and my dad are literally 2 peas in a pod, same person. We argue all the time, but like not serious arguments, like funny, because we are the same person, so the same things annoys us. The same things annoy both of us, and we know how to annoy each other, so we just do because it's funny. And my brother is like, we're really lucky because we've got only a 2-year age gap. I can't speak. We've only got a 2-year age gap and we've always been so close. Like as kids, he was obviously my best friend. Everything he did, I did. Literally everything. Which takes me back to my first childhood memory of my brother going into the... I'm not telling this story. I'm not putting. So now, oh, my parents aren't together, by the way. I was literally about to say my dad has a fiance and that probably would have sounded really weird. But my mum and dad are like still best friends. That probably sounds really weird to a lot of people, but it's so normal. My family is just one huge, like, I have such a big family that we love having more people. It's not... I don't know where I'm going with this. But yes, my dad has a fiance who, I think they've been together 11 years. And they got engaged not Christmas Day or the Christmas before, and we got to be there and it was so lovely. So she's now obviously a really big part of my family as well. And then obviously all my aunties. I can't tell you how close I am with my family. They mean the absolute world to me. But moving on from that one before I cry. Jobs you've worked at. So I started working at 15, working before my dad comes for me. My dad owned a cafe and I worked there on a Saturday, which actually meant I ran to the shop when I ran out of rolls, maybe buttered a few, maybe made some teas and coffees, but for the most part sat at a table on my iPad drinking out of hot chocolate and marshmallows. So, but I got paid for it, so it was every 15-year-old's dream. Then I think after that, basically I've always taught. Like, have I mentioned what I do? This is a sham, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I said I do performing arts. Yeah, I did say that. So I've always like taught. Every year I've done panto, every year I've taught. Every year I've like helped, if I've not been in a panto, I've helped choreograph or like been assistant choreographer. I've been paid for it, and it's like, it's Christmas, so it's my favourite thing. But in terms of normal jobs, I worked at a trampoline park, I've worked in several restaurants, pubs. Started a job 2 weeks ago, lasted a week and hated it, so we'll not get into that. I just had to take a little bathroom break. Drink so much, I didn't know how to say this, but I drink so much water, so I go to the toilet quite a lot, so sorry. And I've also put my ring on because I forgot to put it on. My high school experience. That's a good one. Look back on high school with really fond memories. I just think I knew from a really young age what I wanted to do, and I knew that I wasn't going to get there from school. I was going to get there from like my extra curriculum kind of stuff. So in terms of actual school, as much as like I enjoyed it, I didn't hate it, but the social side of it was like so much more important to me. And like my best friend then is still one of my best friends now, so I am really lucky. Did I audition for other drama schools? So I know I've said, well, I don't know if I've said, I basically have said that I'm gonna answer a lot of like the musical theatre industry career questions in another video, because I just feel like that's a whole other topic that like obviously some people won't be interested in, so that video will hopefully come soon. Question: why did I choose Conte? I chose Conte because I love the day. It was such a day, and from a young age, like all my family have always known Conte because it's like the most prestigious school in London. So like all my family's known to always said to like that's what we do after school, so yeah, so my video, so that's why I chose there. I don't know if I've mentioned them yet, but yeah, I have, because I'm using this phone. Ben, my boyfriend, I actually met him the day I auditioned for Conte, so he likes to believe that's why I chose Conte, because it's the day I met him, but it's absolutely not true. So when he comes on here and tries to tell you that, ignore it. Dream job that's not performing. I love this question. If I had to go back to school and performing wasn't an option, something like interior design, marketing, fashion, maybe stuff like that. I've always been creative, like no matter what, I was going to go down a creative path, whether it was performing or something like that. So that moves us on to another little section. Sorry, I'm sticking to this chair. Is that gross? It's a leather chair and I've got my legs out and it's really hot in this room, so I am sticking to it, just being honest. Moving on. So the next section is friends and boyfriend. It's really actually quite short. I've got so many video ideas and I want to do like a full relationship video, and so I'm going to save like most of them for that. But I did get asked how long have I been with my boyfriend. So we have this argument all the time because we don't actually have a proper anniversary like we do. The day he asked me out, did I bait him out? He asked me out about 4 times and it wasn't until like the 4th time I said yes. And it just so happened to be the day after my birthday. I hate the fact that our anniversary is the day after my birthday, but I have this argument because we were like official and we were exclusive like a few weeks before that. On my birthday he was in Scotland with me and my family, so like that's such a boyfriend thing to do. So I say it's a different date because I don't want it to be the day after my birthday, because obviously like that's two things really close together and I want to celebrate them both like as much as I can individually. So I like to say the 14th of July. How did you and Ben become you and Ben? This was a really good question from Carly. How did you and Ben become you and Ben? I get what she means. Like it was such a shock to everyone, like all our friends. It was a shock to both of us, I think, to be fair. Well, me especially, I'd never seen that happening. But like I said, I'll go more into detail when he's here and we're doing it together. But basically one night at a pub we were watching the World Cup with like a big group of us, and I don't know what happened. I think we just started fancying each other. We just got on so well that night and we ended up like taking tequila shots together and just having a really good laugh. And he's gonna come on, he's gonna try and say to you that I changed the way I go home to go the same way he did, but that's not the case. I sometimes after college and stuff would go home with one of my friends, Carly, like go her way, so we would travel half the way together instead of me going the full way myself. So that night, because we were going home late, I was like, I'll go Carly's way. I wasn't on my own basically the full way, but it just so happened that Ben goes that way as well, so he likes to think that that night I went that way so that like we had more time together or whatever, which just isn't true because I went home to go with Carly. Do all your friends do what you do? Absolutely not. Majority, granted, do. I still have so many friends from home that don't do it at all. Some of them like may have done it and choose it as a career. I have really intelligent and talented friends, but just obviously in different fields. Accountants to like makeup artists, I have like a wide variety of friends doing different things. Right, so this is another little like random category bit of like random questions that I just put all together. So my go-to item of clothing, I'd say a bodysuit, because I wear around the house, or like if I'm chilling or like having a wine night or whatever, just like casual, I'll wear like a bodysuit, like a cardigan and joggies, or on the other hand, like if I was going out I could wear like leather trousers or leather shorts, a bodysuit and a blazer. And you can wear it with everything, like I couldn't live without them, to be honest. Bottom half, my go-to is definitely leather trousers or leather leggings. A lot of people associate them with autumn, I think, because I've seen so many people recently wearing them, but I literally wear them all year round. They're like my favourite thing. So comfy, so comfy. But this is a good one. Natural or full glam. So I'd say this is somewhat in between. Like, I wouldn't wear all this every day. Like, most days now I wear BB cream or just concealer. I no longer fill in my eyebrows. That's a good positive thing that came out of lockdown. And now, don't get me wrong, if it suits you, it suits you. But I now look back on pictures of me with my eyebrows filled in. I'll try and see if I can see any, like find any, and I'll put them like here. And I hate it so much. It's so boxy, whereas this like actually looks like hair. Do you know what I mean? But I mean, each their own. But yeah, so that's came out of lockdown. I do love full glam. I love taking my time doing makeup. Eyelashes the lot, like lipstick. I never wear lipstick. Like, I've got Vaseline on now, but I never really wear lipstick anymore. Even sometimes when I do full glam, I sometimes just put on like lip gloss or yeah, Vaseline. So I feel like a happy medium. Like, this is a happy medium for me. Have I always been dark haired? Plot twist, I'm blonde. You can't see because I've just dyed my hair. I suppose you can see, like, no, not really. I wonder if you can, maybe a little bit. But I'm actually naturally blonde. I don't have many pictures because I started dyeing my hair from like 14 because I did not suit being blonde. But everybody thinks I'm naturally brunette, and then when I had blonde hair, everyone thought I had like highlights or colouring. But I like my pictures of when I was a baby. Oh, I'm doing this a lot and not explaining what I'm doing. I'll put in a picture of when I was like a baby blonde, like a kid. And when was it? Not Christmas Day or the Christmas before, so what was that? Christmas 2018. On Christmas Eve I went red, just to be festive, and it stuck out for a few months, but do I want to insert a picture of that? I loved it at the time. To be fair, looking back in pictures I actually don't mind it, but I couldn't do it again. Never again. But here's a picture of when I had red hair on Christmas Eve, and then maybe some other ones, depends on how good my editing is. Right, this one actually really made me laugh. You have really good skin. Have you always done skincare? I'm gonna put it out there. I don't know if you can really see. I don't have really good skin. I mean, I don't have like bad skin by any means, but well, especially right now, basically. I was gonna say this at the start, but I've started my YouTube channel at the worst possible time, like when I'm not using heat on my hair, so my hair's a mess. And basically I've just started a new skincare, not skincare, not medication, is it medication? It's like a new cream that I got from the doctors, because when basically if I break out, like I do break out quite bad, it's not spots, I just get like little like it's just, that's not a spot, it's like a mark. I literally get like marks on my face and then they just hurt. So I've just started a new like cream, but obviously it makes your skin break out before it makes it better, so that's why I've kind of got a bad breakout here and here, and it really dries out your skin, which I'm not really used to. But I mean, if that's something you're interested in, I would love to like do a video on it, because now that I've got into a routine, I actually love it. This is such a good one and something I'm so passionate about. Do you think boys and girls can be just friends? 1 million, thousand, trillion, billion, whatever else is a big number, %. My best friend is a boy, a straight boy, which loads of people are like, how does Ben feel about that? And like, he's got a girlfriend, how does she feel about that? Like, it's normal to me. I treat him the same way I treat my girl best friends, although I treat him a bit camp. But he's a perfectly straight boy. I feel like I keep doing this, so I'll add in a little picture of us here. This is my best friend, who's a boy, and we have a perfectly functional platonic friendship, so yes is your answer. Places you've never been to that you want to go: LA, Bali, Maldives, there's so many places, Dubai, Ireland, Amsterdam. These are all places I'm going to tick off hopefully within the next like 2 years. Your go-to food cuisine to eat out: Italian, 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 a million times Italian. pizza is my favourite thing in the world. Favourite food in the world. Pasta and pizza, you could actually bury me in. So, Italian. Following on from that, favourite snacks. Favourite cracker, cranberry sauce and cheese. Brie specifically. Cheese is also like whoever graced us with cheese. I love that person. Does that make sense? Because nobody, that's a... What? Shut up. Cheese, basically. Or I love sourdough bread and balsamic vinegar and extra virgin olive oil. And my absolute craving all the time is roasted vegetables, which sounds so weird to people like my boyfriend who doesn't eat fruit and veg. Is like, how can someone crave veg? Like, he thinks it's so bizarre. But I could eat like roasted carrots and parsnips all day. Actually all day, especially in honey. Oh my god, heaven. And my best friend Jake, who I was just speaking about, to my story and said, will you be veggie forever? Because him and my boyfriend both, well, not so much Jake, I don't think he really cares, but my boyfriend hates the fact I'm vegetarian. Just because I do get it, as more so because we live together. It's a bit inconvenient because we do cook separate meals majority of the time, or like one of us has to cook separate meals, you know what I mean? Will I be veggie forever? Well, fun fact, I started being pescatarian. I mean, I don't know if I'll be veggie forever. I would like to be. I went veggie because meat was physically making me be sick. I've been veggie for almost 2.5 years. I've just went back to that, just thought back to the question of how long me and my boyfriend been together. Did I even actually answer it? So it would have been 2 years whenever the date was, this July. So like July, August, September, October. Is it October? Yeah. So 2 years and like 3 months. There and thereabout. Anyway, yes, I've been veggie for like 2 years, and I can't see myself going back ever. Which brings us on to like our last kind of section. It's just like a favourites kind of section because I've got loads of like favourite this, favourite that, so I'll put them all together and just rattle them off. So favourite artist to sing to. Such a good question, don't have an answer. I couldn't decide. I could not decide that because there's too many. Like, I love all genres of music, well, almost all genres of music, and I love singing loads of different things depending on the day, depending on my mood, so I just don't think I've got one that I could say. Recently I've been covering a lot of Jessie J, Ariana Grande, those kind of, you know, riffy big voices. Love them. Favourite book, no one listened. I actually have a list that I started during lockdown that I want to read all of these books, so I'll put the list here so you can pause it. Screenshot if you want some book suggestions. My favourite book, I would recommend it to everyone. So sad but beautiful. Favourite movie, another, couldn't decide. I'm shocking at these questions because I just can't decide. I'm so indecisive. Favourite online shop, I hate to admit it, but I'm such a pretty little thing gal. More so because I pay the next day delivery year thing, so I grudge going anywhere else paying for delivery, if you know what I mean. But I saw it first recently, has been right up there. H&M, ASOS obviously, Boohoo, a few things from Boohoo as well, which reminds me I'll have a haul coming really soon because I've bought a lot for autumn, so yeah, stay tuned for that. I love this question. Favourite time of day. This is really interesting. I have insomnia, so I don't sleep very well, or something not at all. Last night I think I went to sleep at like 6:15 maybe, and some nights I'll like go to sleep at like 10 or 11 and then wake up at like 1 or 2, and then that'll be me for the full day. So I don't really sleep very well, but there is something relaxing to me about being awake when everyone's asleep, and I know that sounds creepy as hell, and thinking about it, do I actually enjoy it that much? I do when I'm in like my room. I wouldn't wander about the house really. I mean, sometimes I do. Sometimes I go to the kitchen, have a cup of tea. Which reminds me, favourite beverage. It didn't remind me, it moved me on. That wasn't very smooth. Anyway, favourite beverage, that's really difficult. In the house, I'll drink so much tea with oat milk. Don't knock it till you've... I was going to say tried it, but I hated it when I tried it. Don't knock it until you've adjusted yourself to it. I drink oat milk, soy milk, I don't drink normal milk anymore. So yeah, I drink so much tea, but I do have a coffee every few days, but I know you shouldn't drink that much coffee, so I try and avoid drinking it, more so for my teeth. I don't want horrible teeth. If I was to go to Starbucks, a white hot chocolate mocha or a pumpkin spice frappuccino right now, obviously. Favourite animal? So it's a close one between an elephant, just because I absolutely love them. I love everything about, I don't know why, I just love them. And a lion, obviously Leo the lion. Favourite hairstyle? Not this. Nothing about this. I have a hairstyle that all my friends like love, like absolutely love. I'll put on a picture of it, or a few pictures to show you what I mean. I did it for a show and then it kind of just stuck. And I do it quite often. It's so easy, so comfortable, and I just love it. However, I got extensions recently, which I've never had in my life, just clip-ins. And I don't know if I've got any pictures. I'll try and put some in if I do. This is just gonna be like, oh, this is gonna take me a while to edit. This is a bit brave, saying all this. Favourite holiday? Oh, that's so difficult. From being an adult, it's between, when I went to Bulgaria, I think I was like, I say an adult, I think I was like 15. But I went to Bulgaria with my mum and my brother, and that was so funny because on the last night, my mum, I mean this part isn't funny, my mum had sunstroke. That was going to sound so bad. But basically me and my brother went out for dinner on our own, and the waiter brought us shots, not knowing obviously I was 15. And then my mum came to find us, she knew what restaurant we were in, she needed a bit of fresh air. So she came to find us and seen us doing the shots with the waiter. So it was just funny. And my other one was Menorca, when me and Ben went. He's got a family home out there, and we went literally after being together for like 2 months, so we're in like the best like phase, and it was just like the most amazing thing. So yeah, so I love that holiday. But places I've been that I absolutely love and would love to go back to, like Italy, all the Canaries, basically anywhere in Spain. But yeah, love holidaying. And we're going to Prague at Christmas and I cannot wait. This is a really good one. Favourite quote or saying I live by, and I've just realised that my Pinterest is on my phone and not on Ben's, so I'm gonna need to try and remember some. I mean, one that I know off the bat is, a smooth sea never made a skilled sailor. And I just love that, because I just think, do you know when you're having a bit of a thing, I think of that and I think, do you know what, I'm a bloody well skilled sailor. That's really difficult to say. And then recently I've been living by one that's literally, but first you, because I am the type of person who puts everyone else first. So recently I've been thinking about me. And another one, oh, what is it? It's like, I don't notice if your grass is greener because I'm too busy focusing on my own. That's definitely not the quote. I'll put the quote on the screen, what it is meant to be, but it's something about that, and I just love that because I just think I'm such like a positive vibes only kind of friend. Like, I hate, not about toxic, so I love that one because it just reminds me, like, I don't care what other people are doing. Like, for example, if this gets absolutely slated on Twitter, I don't actually care because I'm too busy watering my own grass to care about if yours is greener. And another good one, I'm going to make this my last one because I've just realised it's quite a long clip, but my favourite quote, no, that's what I just did, my favourite feature. I'm not very good with stuff like this. I would say I get complimented most on my eye colour because I like having blue eyes. I'm so sorry if you hate that. And my lips, which by the way, I've just noticed this is in my water bottles in the shot, and that's so annoying, I'm so sorry. But I haven't had my lips done. I get asked quite a lot if I have. I mean, is it a compliment? Some people would take it as, some people wouldn't. But yeah, so my lips. And then my last question, which I thought was really fun, was why have I decided to start YouTube now? But as I've said, I've literally wanted to do this since I was about 14, and just with the way the world is at the now, the way the world is now and all that kind of jazz, I needed something to focus my mind to, because another job just right now just not in that headspace. So something to focus my mind to, and something I've always really wanted to do. And I've just recently, like I said, had this attitude of, but first me, don't really care about anybody else's opinion, so I'm gonna do what I want to do, and this is what I want to do. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I mean, I feel like I've answered quite a lot of questions. I mean, there's so many more that I could have answered, but I just wanted to like rattle through. I didn't answer my favourite cocktail. I just realised I skipped past that one. It's a porn star martini or a peach bellini, but absolutely porn star first. Yeah, so I've rattled through them. It's quite a long clip, but I don't know how long I'll obviously edit it to or whatever. But so I hope you've enjoyed it. My next video will probably come really soon. I'm hoping to like film them like quite in advance, so that I've just got constant content coming. CCC, that's quite difficult to say. But yes, this has been really fun. Any tips, advice, any YouTube content ideas you want to see, message me. And don't forget to subscribe, and I really appreciate everyone's support again, and thank you so much to everyone who sent in questions. And I think that's all I've got to say. My voice. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stop it here. I'm probably gonna need to refilm this because I'm gonna hate it all, because I have my dad's bald face and I'm never gonna like how it looks. Quickly, I just watched a little bit of it back just to see lighting and stuff. I didn't actually mention, if you want to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, there'll be like a lot of stuff on there about new videos and all that kind of stuff. Leave it here and I'll also put it in the description. But yeah, thank you so much again for watching, and for everyone who's been top-notch supportive. I appreciate more than you'll ever know. So have a good day. Bye. Yeah, I'm not really good at this. I need to really get into the swing of saying everything that I want to say before I stop recording. My aim is to upload 2 or 3 times a week. I'm gonna post it on Instagram, but what days does people backtrack? What days do people think it'd be best to post if I was to do 2 or 3 days? Right now I'm thinking maybe like Sunday, Wednesday, or if it's 3 days a week, like Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday. I'm not too sure. So like let me know in the comments, or like just message me or whatever. But yeah, thank you so much again, and have a fab week.